B. And let me just quickly see your answers too. Once again. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, but definitely I will say like this is quite a good try that you figured out most of the answers. So definitely really good work on that. Okay. And now let's go to the response part. So you know that, okay, one of the websites that I was telling about is that, okay, this one, EPZQI, seems like malicious.eu. Okay. So what I will do is that, how to get the IP address, you know that, okay, now that, okay, DNS query is made, then a DNS response is received. So over here, DNS response is received on DNS server. The reason is that it says standard query response. And over here, if you go, this was a query that was made, and this is the answer that it got. The answer is 168.235.69.48. Okay. So this is the IP address of that domain. Okay. Similarly, for the open.by, the answer will be, if you look at the DNS packet, which is the query response over here, and if you see that the query was this one, and what was the response? It is 213.186.33.119. Okay. So this is the another, what you say, the IP address of the another website that is kind of potentially suspicious. Okay. So this is how you can kind of figure out the IP addresses, and few other things like, so you now got the domain names of the possible compromised website, exploit kits. So another thing what I will also suggest you guys is that the pcap file that you have, you can directly upload that over here in the choose file. Okay. And that would kind of give you more information. So let me just try that once again. Let me just try that. This file. Just give me 1 second, guys. So what I did is that I just plainly uploaded that pcap file itself rather than analyzing that. I went to the details, and what I will see is that there are a lot of things over here, the pcap file. And if you see, it is showcasing me the get requests that were made automatically in the Aristotle, for an example. And let me just, so there are a lot of get requests over here. Okay. Let me just quickly scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, the one that you figure out is smart ad server and all, those are also there. So that's actually quite good. And then you see that there are alerts from the IDS, like snot alerts and suricata alerts. So what you can do is that if you can just kind of potentially bad traffic, let me just go to the web links and attack. So you see that possible. So there is something like PHP based some attack, file inclusion attempt was there. So it seems like this pcap file is definitely having something malicious. Similar network trojan was detected. So it says that, okay, possible spy, user agent is Mozilla, ET malware, and possible spyware related. Okay. So that definitely again kind of let us know that, okay, there is something malicious. Even like the exploit kit, it is telling us some of the events that, okay, there is some kind of exploit kits in action. Exploit kit is basically a kit which has multiple different kind of malwares, and it can achieve you different kind of objectives. Like let's say you want to kind of get hold of the remote control execution of the server. So if you utilize a specific exploit kit, if that kit has a feature, so maybe you can use that specific feature to get hold of the server. Okay. So definitely this one has some malicious script running on that. Protocol DNS domain name found containing random looking host name. Okay. So this is again like kind of like, and then you also see sweet orange exploit kit adopt plus exploit. So you now get little bit details. Okay, what are the things I can look at, like domain name DGA. So DGA, you know that, okay, one of the domain that was possibly DGA was this one, which was epzeq.eu. Okay, so this looks like a DGA domain. So you, from this one, you can figure out, okay, what things you need to look at. Now again, you need to, like it says, okay, what is the possible exploit kit being used. So you know that, okay, there is something getting highlighted as adopt flash. Okay, So how you can reach out to that Adobe, you can just search like if there's something like Adobe Flash, like let's say malicious Adobe Flash getting installed. Okay. So what I will do is that I know that okay, what's the query response is like ADDR, which is this IP address. So what I will do is that let me just go to this one, 168.235. So this is a 168.235, 69 to 48. And what I will do is that I will just apply a filter and select it. This is a destination. And if you see that, what are the things that happen? So which IP address reached out to that? So if I go over here, did any of the host got infected? So from here itself, you can say that for this answer is that there's only one host that we are seeing over here, 137, that is reaching out to that suspicious malicious domain, right? So that is one of the answer for that. You can kind of also reach out by doing an analysis by yourself. And if you see that there are multiple HTTP requests going back and forth, okay. So over here, if I see that, okay, this domain epzqi is actually related to the open.be, the one that we saw earlier, because the referrer is the open.be. So it seems that maybe the guy first, the person who was infected first visited the open.be, and that open.be redirect that user to this domain, which is the DGA domain, possible DGA domain, which looks quite malicious, epzqi.ips something.eu. Okay. So now you also know that, okay, what's the relation between this domain, the malicious one, the highly malicious one, and the open.be that I was kind of highlighting earlier. Okay. Now what you saw is that in the virus total, you see that, okay, one of the things is that it says that maybe possible Adobe Flash exploit. Okay. So what you do is that if you go over here, let's see if it has the Adobe Flash exploit in this one. Okay. So let me just figure out that. So if I go over here and let's say I do the follow, I go the HTTP stream. What it says is that, okay, there are multiple headers that it is reaching out to this specific URI. Okay, anyone land, quite a big one. It's normally like when you visit a website, this is not the normal, like you don't get this whole big path. Okay, that's one thing. The host is definitely this one, which is like obviously like seems like malicious just by it looks. The referrer header seems like this, the person visited this website via this website, the open.de. The user agent was Mozilla. It says Windows, so definitely it's a Windows system. And thing is that if you see the we will look at like what this code means, what this 200 code means. We'll look at quickly. But the thing is that if you see, it actually then provided it the website, and in the website, if you see, it is telling you that something like, okay, it is telling you that get Adobe Flash Player, right? Get Adobe Flash Player, and then there are certain kind of data embedded inside that. Okay, image source, and then this one again seems like malicious. If you see over here, this one again seems like malicious. I need to figure out what this is, but it seems like the image that is displayed on the website is not. So what happened is like when there's an image tag, the source, there's a URL from where the image will be downloaded. But here the image is not downloaded from a URL, but what it is happening is over here is that what I can do is yeah, go on. Go on.
Is a real website, www.adobe.com. So it is a real website. It's not like
yes, yeah, that's a real website actually. Yes, yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
So how can we like figure out maybe like malicious when like real website?
Yeah, so thing is that we need to kind of like let's say it is telling over here is that, okay, href get Flash Player, and then it is obviously the website domain is correct, but we need to kind of do further analysis, like even if this URL is mentioned, does the user is downloading that Flash Player from the original website? Maybe that is one thing. The other thing is that maybe like it is redirecting the user to download, let's say, a vulnerable version of the Flash Player, for example. So we need to kind of figure out that from the website and maybe digging more details on that. Okay, and that's where we can figure out. I'll go to that one packet where we'll see that. Okay, quickly I'll just go to that. So, but here we see that, okay, there is something again a little bit like suspicious details. Like normally in a website, you don't see that